Good morning, children. So, children, we were discussing the parliamentary system, isn't it? So, in our last class, we have discussed about the Lok Sabha, its composition, its eligibility, and its tenure, isn't it? So, today we are going to discuss about the procedure for elections of the member of the Lok Sabha. Okay. Now, the member of Lok Sabha are elected through general elections. That is, election to the member of Lok Sabha are conducted directly. That is, for electing the member of Lok Sabha, direct election are conducted in the territorial constituency. That is, geographical area represented by a member of parliament. Only one person is elected for each constituency where people vote who is above 18 years directly for the representative of different political parties. Clear? Now, earlier people used to cast their vote through secret ballot, but nowadays electronic voting machine are being used in elections. The voting procedure, how it has been done is that the voting procedure is done in such a manner that the numbers of seats allotted to the state and its population is same for all the states of India as far as possible. Now, after the electoral result are announced, the party leader who get majority of vote, or we can say the party leader who win, are being invited by the president to form the government, and the other party who get the maximum vote, or we can say we got the minimum vote, form the opposition party. Clear? Now, next is the speaker. The member of the parliament, they used to elect the presidency officer, or we can say speaker of the Lok Sabha. Now, the speaker is being chosen from the ruling party only. Now, who is the speaker? That is the one who preside the meeting and the session, that is proceeding of the Lok Sabha which has been done out there. The one who preside is the speaker. Clear? And the speaker, he used to maintain decorum, that is discipline in the parliament meeting. Clear? Now there are speaker and deputy speaker. Now who have been elected by among the member of the Lok Sabha. Understood? That is the speaker and the deputy speaker are being elected from the member of the Lok Sabha. Now what is the function of the deputy speaker? That is, deputy speaker work in the absence of the speaker. Understood? Now what is the power of the speaker? Like, speaker preside the joint session of both the houses of the parliament, and even he decide, that the speaker has got the right to decide whether the bill is money bill or not. Okay, and he also appoint chairman of different parliamentary committee. Understood about the speaker? Now next is our Rajya Sabha, which is known as upper house of the parliament, or we can say the council of state. Clear? That is, Rajya Sabha is also called the upper house of the state or the council of state. Okay, so let's discuss about its composition. That is, what is the composition of Rajya Sabha? So, as in Lok Sabha, there are 552 members, right? And in Rajya Sabha, there are 250 members. Okay, so out of 250 members, 238 members represent the state and union territory, and 12 members are being elected by president. On which ground the 12 members are being elected? As you know, the spelling of class CLASS, isn't it? You just remove C and you see LASS. Now what L stand for? Is the literature, A for arts, S for science, and other S for social science. Clear? That is, based on the literature, arts, science and social science ground, the other 12 members are being elected by the president. Understood? Now, and in the Rajya Sabha, vice president is the presiding officer, or we can say the chairman of Rajya Sabha. As in Lok Sabha, the speaker is the presiding member out there, isn't it? Same in Rajya Sabha, we have got vice president. Clear? Now what is the eligibility to be the member of Rajya Sabha? That is the criteria. What criteria is been required to be the member of Rajya Sabha? Let's discuss about it. Okay. Now he must be the citizen of India. Okay. Second is that age, that is not less than 30 years. Okay. Third one is that he should not hold any office or profit under the government of India or state. Clear? Other, he is of an unsound mind. Then last is that he has acquired the citizenship of another country. That is, he should not have acquired the citizenship of other country also. Clear? So, as we have seen the criteria required to be the member of Lok Sabha, similar criteria is only the age is the difference out here. Okay. Now, next is the terms. That is, now let's see about the tenure or the time period of Rajya Sabha. Okay. For Lok Sabha, the tenure terms is for 5 years, and for Rajya Sabha is of 6 years. And 1/3 of its member retire every 2 years. Clear? Now, Lok Sabha can be dissolved by president, right? But Rajya Sabha can't be dissolved. Clear? So, this is all about the Rajya Sabha. I hope it has been understood by you all about the Rajya Sabha. So, children, a difference between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha might come. So, you must go through it. Clear? Now, next is the parliament in session. Now, what is session? That is the period during which both the houses meet to conduct its business is a session. Clear? That is the period during which both the houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, meet together to conduct its business, to discuss about its business is called a session. Clear? Now, our constitution has given the president some rights. That is the right to summon the meeting of the two houses of the parliament. Clear? Now, the parliament session should conduct at least twice a year. That is, the session should be conducted twice a year, and there should be a gap of 6 months between the two sessions. Okay. Now, president has the power to summon either houses of the parliament, and he can dissolve the meeting of either houses without dissolving it. Clear? And he also has, that is, the president has the power to dissolve the house of the people, that is a Lok Sabha, with the consult of the prime minister. Clear? Now, what is the function of the parliaments? Let's see. The function of the parliaments, the number one is the introduction of new laws. Okay, that is, the parliament can introduce new laws and change the old one. Clear? That is, he can implement some new laws. He can replace the old one. A law is first introduced in the form of bill, namely money bill, ordinary bill, and constitutional amendment bill. Okay. Now, second function is the financial control over the government income. That is, the parliament exercise control over the government income and expenditure. Clear? Now, third function is the control over the executive. That is, the parliament keeps a check on the minister and their work. Clear? That is how the minister, they are working, whatever they are doing for the peoples, for the citizen, all that used to be checked by the parliament. Clear? Now, fourth one is the organ of information. That is, the parliament work as an organ of informations. That is, they can call for any information except that which may threaten the security of the country. Clear? So, this is the function of the parliament. So, children, today we will discuss till the function of the parliament. You just go through your textbook. Clear? Thank you.